Hello, guys. Picture this. You've been waiting over a decade for the biggest game ever made. You finally walk into your local game store on launch day. The shelves are packed. Everyone's excited. You grab your copy of GTA 6, pay $70, maybe even $80, rush home, tear the plastic off the case, open it up, and there's no disc. Just a small piece of paper with a download code. If that sounds disappointing, you're definitely not alone, because that's exactly why the gaming community has been losing its mind over one of the biggest GTA 6 rumors we've seen so far. Now, before we go any further, let's clear something up. Rockstar Games has not officially confirmed that GTA 6 will launch without a physical disc. Neither has Take-Two Interactive. Right now, this is based on reports and speculation circulating online, not an official announcement. But even without confirmation, the conversation has exploded across YouTube, Reddit, X, and gaming forums. And honestly, that's not surprising. This isn't just another game. This is GTA 6, the sequel to one of the most successful entertainment products in history. People have waited more than 12 years for this moment. Some players were in middle school when GTA 5 launched. Today, they're adults with jobs, families, and enough money to buy every special edition Rockstar decides to release. That's how massive this launch is. So, when a rumor suggests the game might not even include a physical disc, people naturally start asking questions. Is this really happening? Is physical gaming finally dying? And if Rockstar does this successfully, what's stopping every other publisher from doing exactly the same thing? Because here's the reality. This debate isn't really about a tiny plastic disc. It's about ownership. For decades, buying a physical game meant you actually had something tangible. You could hold it, put it on a shelf, lend it to a friend, sell it later, keep it forever as part of your collection. Physical copies became memories. Think about your favorite GTA games. Maybe it's GTA San Andreas, maybe it's GTA 4, maybe it's GTA 5. Chances are, if you bought them physically, you still remember opening the box for the first time. Maybe you still own those cases today. They're more than just games. They're little pieces of gaming history. Now compare that to buying a digital license. You click Purchase. The game downloads. That's it. It's convenient, sure, but it doesn't feel the same. And that's exactly why this rumor has struck such a nerve. Some gamers argue that if you don't actually own a physical copy, you don't truly own the game at all. Instead, you're buying access tied to an account, a storefront, and a company's policies. If your account gets compromised, if licensing changes, if servers eventually disappear years down the line, things suddenly become a lot more complicated. Now, to be fair, digital gaming isn't some evil conspiracy. In fact, for millions of players, it's incredibly convenient. You don't have to leave your house. You don't have to swap discs every time you switch games. Preloads let you play the second the game unlocks. Updates happen automatically. For many people, digital is simply easier. And publishers love it too. Think about it. No manufacturing costs, no shipping costs, no retailers taking a cut, no second-hand market cutting into future sales. Every purchase happens directly through online storefronts. That's a dream business model. So, from Rockstar's perspective, or really any major publishers, you can understand why digital looks attractive. But here's where things get interesting. If GTA 6 really launches without a playable disc, it won't just be another business decision. It could become a turning point for the entire gaming industry. Because when Rockstar moves, everyone watches. Remember when GTA Online exploded? Suddenly, every publisher wanted a live service game. Remember how open-world games started borrowing ideas from Rockstar? Again, the industry followed. Rockstar doesn't just release games. Rockstar sets trends. That's why this rumor matters far beyond GTA itself. If the biggest entertainment launch of the decade proves players are willing to spend premium prices on a box without a disc, publishers everywhere will be paying attention. And once that door opens, it might never close again. But here's the twist. Not everyone is angry. A surprisingly large group of players thinks the outrage is completely overblown. Their argument? When was the last time a disc actually contained the full game anyway? And honestly, they have a point. Modern AAA games are massive. Day one patches have become normal. Many games require internet connections for updates before they're even fully playable. Some disks today are little more than installation keys with most of the data downloaded afterward. So if the disk already isn't doing much, does removing it really change anything? That's where this debate gets messy. One side says physical media is about preservation, ownership, and consumer rights. The other says the future is digital whether we like it or not, and gamers need to adapt instead of clinging to nostalgia. Both arguments have some truth behind them. But before deciding who's right, we need to ask one important question. Where did this rumor actually come from? Is there any evidence behind it? Or has the internet simply taken one report and turned it into a full-blown panic? Because once you dig into the details, this story becomes even more interesting. So, let me ask you this. If GTA 6 launches with a collector's case, a steelbook, and a download code, but no actual disc, would you still buy it on day one? Or would that be a deal breaker? Drop your answer in the comments. I'm genuinely curious to see where everyone stands on this one. Where the rumor came from, and why fans are so angry. So, where did this whole rumor actually come from? It wasn't Rockstar. It wasn't a trailer. It wasn't some massive announcement during a gaming event. Instead, the discussion started after reports claimed that some retailers were being told GTA 6 could be sold in a physical package that contains a digital download code instead of a playable disc. That single claim was enough to send the internet into complete meltdown mode. Within hours, YouTube creators were making videos about it. Reddit was flooded with debates. Gaming pages started posting polls. Some people immediately believed it. Others called it fake news. And before long, everyone had an opinion. That's pretty normal for GTA. Almost every rumor surrounding this game goes viral. We've seen fake maps, fake release dates, fake gameplay leaks, fake pricing. People have even believed completely made-up screenshots over the years because everyone is so desperate for new GTA 6 information. That's why it's important to separate rumors from facts. Right now, Rockstar has not confirmed that physical discs are gone. But even though the rumor isn't official, the reaction tells us something much bigger. Players clearly aren't ready to let physical games disappear. And honestly, can you blame them? Imagine paying $80 for what's supposed to be the biggest game of this generation. You pick up the case. It has amazing artwork. Maybe it's even a premium steelbook edition. You open it, and inside is nothing but a small card with 12 random letters and numbers printed on it. For a lot of people, that would feel incredibly disappointing. Collectors especially would feel cheated, because collector's editions have always been about owning something special. The map, the artwork, the disc, the packaging. Everything comes together to create an experience. Remove one of those pieces, and suddenly it feels less like collecting and more like buying expensive packaging for a digital purchase you could have downloaded from your couch. And then there's another issue. The second-hand market. One of the biggest advantages of physical games is simple. When you're finished, you can sell them, or trade them, or lend them to a friend. Digital purchases don't give you those options. Once you've bought a digital game, that's usually it. You're locked in. Publishers love that. Consumers, not always. That's one reason companies have been pushing digital sales so aggressively over the past decade. Every used game sold between players is a sale the publisher never makes. A digital-only future changes that completely. Every customer has to buy directly from the digital storefront. No borrowing, no reselling, no used copies sitting on store shelves for half the price. From a business perspective, that's incredibly profitable. From a player's perspective, it can feel like losing another consumer right. And then there's pricing. Have you noticed something interesting over the past few years? Gaming has become more digital than ever, but prices haven't gone down. If anything, they've gone up. AAA games jumped from $60 to $70. Some premium editions now cost $100 or more. Microtransactions are everywhere. Season passes haven't disappeared. Deluxe editions continue to grow. So players naturally ask, if publishers are saving money by removing discs, manufacturing, shipping, and retail distribution, why are games getting more expensive instead of cheaper? That's a fair question. Whether you agree with it or not, you can understand why people are frustrated. Many gamers feel like digital convenience mostly benefits companies, while consumers continue paying more every year. Of course, there are people on the opposite side. Their response is pretty straightforward. It's 2026. Who still buys discs? And honestly, that's not an unreasonable argument either. Millions of players have digital-only consoles. The PlayStation 5 Digital Edition exists for a reason. The Xbox Series S doesn't even have a disk drive. Steam has dominated PC gaming without physical media for years. Entire generations of younger gamers have grown up downloading every game they own. For them, physical discs aren't a tradition. They're an inconvenience. Why drive to a store when you can buy a game from your phone, preload it overnight, and start playing the second it unlocks? No traffic, no waiting, no scratched discs, no swapping games every time you want to play something else. When you look at it from that perspective, digital sounds pretty great, and that's exactly why this debate has become so divided. It's not just old-school gamers versus younger players. It's two completely different ideas about what owning a game should actually mean. One side values convenience above everything else. The other values permanence. One side says the future can't be stopped. The other says some traditions are worth protecting. Neither side is completely wrong. But here's something almost everyone agrees on. If Rockstar actually removes the disc, they need to communicate it clearly. Imagine millions of people pre-ordering a physical copy, expecting a disc, only to discover a download code after opening the case. That would create one of the biggest PR disasters in modern gaming. Transparency matters. Players deserve to know exactly what they're paying for before launch day. No surprises, no confusion, no disappointment. Because once trust starts disappearing, it's incredibly difficult to get back. Now, here's where this story gets even bigger. Let's assume, just for a moment, that the rumor turns out to be true. The question isn't just whether fans will complain. The real question is this: could GTA 6 become the game that finally ends physical media for good? Because if anyone has the power to change gaming forever, it's Rockstar. So what would the industry look like if physical discs slowly disappeared over the next few years? And would gamers eventually accept it? Or would this be the moment players finally push back? That's exactly what we're talking about next. But first, I want to hear from you. Do you still buy physical games whenever you can? Or have you gone completely digital? And if GTA 6 offered both options, which one would you choose? Let me know in the comments. I have a feeling this debate isn't ending anytime soon.